Instantly. They say family keeps your secret safe, but when your family is one of the most famous in the world, silence can get loud real quick, especially when that family includes Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Solange Knowles. For years, the internet has dissected every interaction, every lyric, every glance between them like it's a mystery novel. But lately, people aren't just reading between the lines, they're convinced there's a whole book of drama waiting to be opened. And at the center of it all, a little boy named Sir Carter. Now, here's what's wild. Beyoncé's twin children, Sir and Remy Carter, were born in 2017. Since then, Remy's had a handful of public appearances, cute red carpet moments, glimpses at big events, all that, but Sir, it's like he's a ghost. No pics, no events, barely even mention. For a family constantly in the public eye, that kind of silence stands out like a flashing neon sign. And fans, they've noticed. Some are just curious, others are suspicious. A few are flat out ruthless. So where does Solange come into this? Let's rewind. Solange has always been the quieter Knowles sister in the mainstream, but she's got her own wave. Music heads love her, her wedding was straight out of a Vogue editorial, and her energy is more earthy, artsy, raw. Still, there's no escaping the shadow of Beyoncé. And no matter how talented she is, the industry's always found a way to label her as Beyoncé's sister first. Everything else second. That can eat at a person. And some folks say it did. Now you probably remember the elevator moment, the one that broke the internet. Solange going at Jay-Z like she'd been waiting for that swing her whole life, and Beyoncé just standing there, calm, silent. Everyone had theories. Was it about cheating, a party, something deeper? No one knew for sure, but it was clear Solange was not afraid to throw down when it came to her sister. Loyalty? No question. But over time, people started wondering if that loyalty had cracks. Quiet ones. Fast forward to recent years. Whispers started swirling that Solange may have been dropping shade in the most subtle ways. Never loud, never messy, but present. And that shade? Some folks think it's tied directly to Sir Carter. Because here's the thing. There's been a lot of online speculation that Sir has health issues. Theories about developmental delays, autism, heart problems, you name it, nothing confirmed. No real proof, just silence. And when it comes to celebrities, silence breeds chaos. Some of that chaos blew up when Solange, during a recent set, played a snippet from a track that fans swear was referencing someone kept in the dark, hidden from the lights, fragile like glass. That one line sent the internet spinning. Was it about Sir? Was it about Beyoncé? And if it was Solange protecting her sister or calling her out? Here's where it gets even messier. A few insiders claim that Solange has always had the inside scoop on Sir's health, and she's been biting her tongue for years. But with the internet talking louder and louder, she might be reaching a breaking point. And if she cracks, the fallout could be insane. It's not just about one child anymore. It's about how the most powerful music dynasty in the game handles its image, its secrets, and its truth. And if Solange really does know something the world doesn't, she might be holding the detonator to a story no one's ready to hear. Beyoncé's silence has always been her loudest weapon. She doesn't do messy interviews or tear-filled sit-downs. She lets the music speak, and when it does, it hits like thunder. Lemonade wasn't just an album, it was a public reckoning wrapped in honey and fire. Every lyric was dissected, every glance on stage analyzed, and every appearance with Jay-Z was watched like a hawk. But the one thing she never spoke on directly, that elevator ride. And more importantly, she's never said a word about her son. Sir Carter was born into one of the most famous families on earth, but his life has been everything but public. Some fans didn't even know he existed until years later. No red carpets, no birthday party pics, no casual paparazzi shots, not even blurry ones. It's like someone hit private on his entire existence. And while Remy has popped up in photos with Beyoncé at events or in sweet little cameos on stage, Sir stays hidden always. People close to the Knowles-Carter inner circle say it's not just for privacy. There's something more. Whispers claim that Sir faced serious health scares even before birth. His heart stopping in the womb, Beyoncé rushed for an emergency C-section, doctors scrambling to save his life. It was traumatic, life-altering, and for a family that's constantly watched, constantly judged, maybe they decided that protecting him meant removing him completely from the the chaos. But here's where the narrative gets twisted. Because once fans caught wind of that, it didn't stop the curiosity. It made it worse. The less they showed Sir, the more people speculated, and not all of it was kind. Some folks started throwing around ugly words: autism, disabilities, secrets. Some comments online were straight up cruel, accusing Beyoncé of being ashamed of her son. One viral post even claimed she hides him because he's slow, and that hit a nerve. Solange, on the other hand, has never been one to fake it for the cameras. She wears her emotions, her truth in everything she does, from the lyrics she writes to the clothes she wears, and when she does speak, it's with a sharp tongue and surgical precision. So when she started hinting at frustrations, fans were listening, especially when those hints started sounding like they were aimed at family. People close to Solange say she's been fighting an internal war for years. She loves her sister, ride or die, but she's also tired. Tired of being the shadow, tired of the comparisons, tired of pretending everything's perfect. And when that silence around Sir started getting louder, some believe she started asking questions. Questions that maybe weren't welcomed. It doesn't help that Solange's own life hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. 2 marriages, 2 divorces, the first at 17, a child, a whirlwind, a crash. And through it all, she kept it classy, kept it artsy, kept it moving. But just because someone handles pain with grace doesn't mean they aren't hurting. People say her second divorce hit harder. It wasn't just the end of a relationship, it was the collapse of the life she thought she rebuilt. And during that time, the whispers about family tension started to grow louder. Some insiders now say Solange is sitting on a goldmine of secrets, not just about Sir, but about the entire dynasty. The industry, the image, the lies tucked under that polished surface. Solange has always moved like an artist, not a celebrity. Her power isn't in headlines or tabloid buzz. It's in energy, mood, and subtle rebellion. That's why if she chooses to speak up, it likely won't be in some tell-all interview or viral live. It'll be poetic. A lyric that cuts, a photo that speaks louder than words, a choice of silence that makes noise. And when someone like Solange speaks that way, the meaning doesn't need to be clear, it just needs to hit. But when the whispers become roars, even the quiet ones have to choose a side. And people close to the situation say Solange is reaching her tipping point. The years of unspoken tension, of having to swallow opinions for the sake of peace, have piled up. Now, with public speculation around Sir Carter spiraling into ugly territory, some believe Solange is ready to shift the conversation, not just to protect the family, but maybe to finally reclaim a voice of her own. And make no mistake, this isn't just gossip. This is about the image the world sees versus the reality that exists behind velvet ropes and glossy magazine covers. Solange, unlike Beyoncé, isn't bound to perfection. She's never pretended to be flawless. That makes her dangerous, because when someone has nothing left to lose in the public eye, they become free. Free to tell their side, free to challenge the narrative, free to say what everyone else in the room is too scared to. The core of the storm isn't Sir Carter himself, it's what his absence represents: control, secrets, image management, and more importantly, the cost of fame on children who didn't ask for the spotlight or the shadows. Whether Sir has health challenges or not, the public's obsession with figuring it out has exposed a darker side of celebrity culture, one where even a child's silence becomes a battleground for speculation, judgment, and projection. Some fans argue Beyoncé's doing the right thing, shielding her son from the cruelty of the world. But others ask, if you celebrate one child so publicly, why erase the other from existence? That question has haunted message boards and YouTube comment sections for years. And now, with Solange possibly stepping forward, those questions may finally get real answers, or at least more questions that dig deeper. People inside the industry have started talking too. Whispers that certain PR teams have spent years quietly scrubbing Sir's name from appearances, events, and guest lists. Stories of interviews where journalists were warned not to bring him up. And then there are the more personal accounts, crew members on set who said they never once saw Sir, not even backstage. Even within tight-knit Hollywood circles, his absence feels eerie. But here's where it all becomes more than just family drama. If Solange really does speak, if she drops even one crumb of real truth about what's been going on, it could crack open the facade that so many celebrity empires are built on. Because this isn't just the Knowles-Carter family anymore, it's a mirror to how the entertainment industry buries anything that doesn't fit the narrative. People want a perfect family, a perfect queen, a perfect dynasty, but perfection doesn't leave space for fragility, mistakes, or quiet children who don't smile on cue. And Solange, she's never been interested in perfection, she's interested in truth. Whatever that truth is, if she chooses to share it, the world will listen. Not because she's Beyoncé's sister, but because she's Solange. And when Solange speaks, even the silence trembles.